Hey folks, and it's time to go trick-or-treating because we are drinking alone with friends. A podcast where we dress up and go out and knock door to door and get a bunch of candy alone with friends. My name's Chris.
Boo! It's Tud.
And I'm Ghoulbert.
Ooh.
That's it. That's all I got.
That's it? That's the end of it?
Can I have candy now? Can I have some candy?
No. You haven't even knocked on the door and asked trick-or-treat yet.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Trick or treat.
Trick or treat who?
Trick-or-treat who?
Give me some candy or else I'm going to trick you.
It's not very good.
Yeah, you just kind of re-emphasized how trick or treat works.
Well, the idea wasn't to do a knock, knock joke.
Well, I mean, you can't say knock, knock and not. Maybe you should go with knock, 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 I think.
What if I do this?
Hang on, somebody's at my door. I'll be right back. Can we pause the recording?
Yeah. It's on pause.
So, what do we have this week for Halloween?
Well, this week for Halloween, we are going to review pumpkin beers.
Yeah, on the last possible day you can drink pumpkin beers in this country. Sorry, folks, if you try and buy them November 1st, nope, they are all Christmas beers. You're not going to find any in the stores.
That's not true. You can drink pumpkin all the way up to Thanksgiving.
I was actually about to say that. I'm like, I don't eat pumpkin pie on Halloween. You know?
Yeah, that's true, but I don't know. I don't see.
I feel like today is like the first
after.
official day you can drink pumpkin beer.
Okay, you heard it here on the podcast. Halloween, finally take those pumpkin beers out of the fridge, which is what we're doing tonight.
Yep, exactly. Now, because it's Halloween, what are you guys dressed up as for this special recording?
So this is a fun little tidbit here. I bought actual cowboy boots the other day.
I saw a picture of those.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I am dressed up as a cowboy. As you can tell, I have my 10-gallon hat on. You guys wondered why I was wearing that here. Then
Yeah.
I've got my pearl snap shirt and my nice Ariat cowboy boots.
Yeah, you got spurs on those things?
I do not.
Okay, that's good because those are gonna be a pain to cut out of the recording. So
They are riding boots though. I was told that they are really good for horseback riding, and I was like, that's good. I'm never gonna do that in these boots.
what are you gonna do in those boots?
I'm gonna walk around and say howdy, y'all.
Okay, act like you're a Texan. Well, I got my Yukon Halloween cardboard canoe race shirt on in honor of the celebration.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
So are you
Very cool.
Are you dressing up as a Yukon student?
No, it's got a little skeleton on the front, and there's a skeleton on the back, I think. Or no, it looks like there's a grave with an arm reaching out on the back. I've only had this shirt for 11 years. I don't know what's on the back of it, but no,
Well, it's not
I
like
did.
you. In all honesty, it's not like you ever look at the back of your shirt while you're wearing it.
That's true. But I did put it on in celebration for the special recording. So what is your costume, Chris? I can't tell through all of that dry ice smoke that's filling your room.
I'm a very sensual cat. Like
Sexy cat.
Yeah, sexy cat. Yeah, I mean, whatever.
So you decided to embrace the fact that your house is pretty much just cats now.
Right. If you don't dress up like them, they don't treat you as one of their own. They try to run you out of the house.
That's how you get respect, by doing the Halle Berry black spandex Catwoman costume.
Yeah.
Ooh,
and the smoke's just added effect, obviously.
Right.
But...
Chris, stop licking yourself. It's time to drink beer.
No, see, look, there was one watching. But pumpkin beers. Who wants to pick their pumpkin from the patch and pour it into the glass and drink the gourd? That makes sense, right?
I guess I'll be the first one to pick my beer from the pumpkin patch.
Okay.
This week, I am drinking Atomic Pumpkin by New Belgium. It's part of their Voodoo Ranger series, and it is a pumpkin ale featuring cinnamon and habanero chili peppers for just the right amount of heat.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's a 12-ounce bottle. I think you can buy them all over the country. It's 6.4 ABV.
Well, I have not seen this beer here, but I'll have to take a closer look at the Voodoo Ranger packs because I know we do get New Belgium, but I haven't seen this one around.
Well, maybe this doesn't come to West-ish United States.
Right. Well, and we'll get into it when I go to my beer, but we don't have a lot of pumpkin beers around here.
Which is still weird.
Yeah, I haven't seen this one either.
So, wow.
Going back for a second sip. Adjustment.
Oh, gotta do one more.
All right. Oh, I forgot the last one. Pleasure. I don't know.
Enjoyment. I don't know.
Oh,
Enjoyment.
That
Shock
same thing.
is the first one.
So this is really good. You get a lot of that pumpkin cinnamon spice on the front end. It really doesn't taste like anything but drinking like a pumpkin pie at first, and then the aftertaste, you kind of get a little bit of that habanero burning in the back of the throat, but it doesn't feel like it, like your mouth's not on fire. It's just like where your tonsils would be are on fire.
Mm.
It sounds like more of a little bit of a sweeter
Or
heat
are.
with that pumpkin pie spice.
Yeah. What's that thing that hangs down in the back of your throat? The larynx? Is that the
Uvula.
uvula? That thing. That's what's on fire. This is really good.
I don't think I've ever enjoyed a spicy beer all that much as it seems like you're enjoying this one.
Yeah, well, it's so like with the pumpkin cinnamon, it's really sweet on the front end, but like I'm a big fan of spice, so like that little kick at the very back end that doesn't burn my mouth but burns like my throat is good.
Nice.
This is you know what? Forget the rest of their beers, people. Go find this beer. I'm gonna have to go buy some more tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Now, what is the gold standard of pumpkin beers for you?
Pumpkin is my go-to pumpkin beer. That's by Southern Tier.
Okay.
When I was in North Carolina a few weeks ago with Chris, we actually went to 4001 Yancey.
Yep.
It's a Victory 6-point Southern Tier brewery, and they had a whole bunch of pumpkins on tap, and I drank every single one of them. They were all fantastic. Pumpkin is by far the gold standard of just straight up pumpkin beer. But I think this might be better.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is
Platinum
good job,
standard.
New Belgium.
Now I'm going to have to go out of my way and try and find this guy.
I know, me too.
If you don't find them, let me know. I'll have to put some in a box and send them to you.
Wow, they must be really that good. Huh.
Yeah. So what do you rate it out of 5? Like,
I'd give this a 4.25.
Okay. All right.
Best pumpkin beer you've ever had.
This is probably the best pumpkin beer I've ever had.
But it only gets
Really?
a 4.25.
Yeah, I think that's the highest I've ever rated a pumpkin beer.
Okay.
I mean, the one at the brewery at the beer fest in North Carolina was really good too, but it didn't have this kick on the back end that just sets this one apart.
Okay. All right. Cool. So what do you think the Untapped universe thinks of this?
I think they're right with me at a flat 4.25.
Really? Okay. Brace yourself, Ted. 3.62.
Ooh,
The
You
rest
are
of the
a little-
world is, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also a big pumpkin fan. I'm just that.
I almost made the point that you were probably the biggest pumpkin beer fan on the pod. I think that's pretty. I mean, I don't dislike them, but they're not like my go-to.
Yeah, like it's one of my favorite. It's my first or second favorite pie, depending on what day it is, and if I want apple or pumpkin. Like I'm a big pumpkin fan, so this doesn't surprise me.
You like giant pumpkins?
I do like giant pumpkins.
No, I think maybe it's just Chris who's not as big a pumpkin fan, because I every year always go out of my way and try new pumpkin beers.
Oh, okay.
There was a few years ago they seemed to be everywhere. I think that we are past peak pumpkin beer. I think it's fair to say.
I think you need to come back to the north if you think that's or the northeast.
Again, I'm in the north, but yeah.
If you think that's going away, you need to come back to the northeast because they're everywhere.
Oh wow.
Huh.
Okay. Yeah, I did not know that. I hadn't seen a lot of people like checking them in or posting pictures of them, so I guess I was a little clueless. But all this talk of pumpkin beer, I think I gotta jump right in.
Go ahead.
Oh, one last thing before I go on to my beer, Tud. I don't know if you've ever had pumpkin seeds that you made with a little bit of cayenne pepper and some sea salt. It's really good.
No, I haven't heard of it.
I would recommend it. Yeah, I don't know if you're I don't know if you're a carver or not, but if you are and you keep the seeds, try that next time. It adds a little heat, which seems like you're a big fan of in your pumpkin stuff. So give it a shot. So without further ado,
this sounds like it should be your handle this week as like a
that's
Halloween/pumpkin
themed. My mini handle. Yeah. So my beer this week is the Elysium Night Owl Pumpkin Ale.
Nice.
Good question, Tud. They are from they're from Seattle, I believe.
Is this made with Galaxy hops?
I'll never live that one down. It might be, for all I know. It says it's their original pumpkin ale brewed with pumpkin, roasted and raw pumpkin seeds, and spiced and conditioning with nutmeg, clove, cinnamon, ginger, and allspice. Sounds like your pretty standard pumpkin beer. So let's see how it is.
I still don't know what allspice is.
It's all of the spices mixed together.
This is pretty good. I wish it's been a long time since I had a Shipyard Pumpkin head, but this is pretty close.
I wonder if that's one that you can. I've never seen that before, so I wonder if that's one that only you could get in the Northwest United States.
Well, I had to go to a specialty beer shop to find this because I hadn't seen it around anywhere. But I went in there. I said, "What do you got for pumpkin beers?" This was one of the two they had. This one, the Shipyard Smash Pumpkin. And I figured, I would try and represent the pseudo West Coast over here. So this
you damn West-ish Coast people.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't sum it up any better than they say right on the can when I just read. It's it's hard without having had a lot of other pumpkin beers in about 2 years now to really distinguish. I remember last year. I don't know if you guys remember what you had for pumpkin beers in the pod, but I had the Wasatch Pumpkin, which was one of the worst pumpkin beers I've ever had. This one, it's not anything extraordinary, but it's what you want. It's, slap a cinnamon sugar rim on this guy, and I'd be walking around the Big E drinking it all day.
I think Chris actually drank a pumpkin beer from Elysium last year.
Really?
Yeah.
I honestly don't remember.
It was like Elysium, like pumpkin porter or something like that.
I might have. I'll have to dig into
you're right, Todd. That is what he drank. It was the Elysium pumpkin porter. I remember that now. Good memory.
Yeah. I'm like an elephant.
Yeah, at least when it comes to beer. Yeah. So all that. This earns a solid 4.0 from me, which is a damn fine pumpkin ale. It's not unlike Ted, I didn't experience like a life-changing pumpkin beer, but this is up there with the best of them. I think it's fair to say.
So what do you think the Untapped universe thinks of this beer?
Well, I mean, it's from Seattle. They don't know pumpkin over there. They're just like, whatever. So this is a 3.63.
3.84. So
okay.
A little better, but
people
you're
like
right.
it.
Yeah.
Seattle doesn't know pumpkin.
So, Chris, why don't you round it off for us here?
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I also have a pumpkin beer today.
No.
Shaka. So I was looking for one today, and I found this from Raleigh, North Carolina, and it is Harvest Time by Big Boss Brewing. Harvest Time.
Ooh, scary skull.
Yeah,
I like the skull.
It's good. It's like the Grim Reaper or something. I don't know, because he's harvesting souls of pumpkins. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a scythe on the label.
You mean a scythe?
A scythe, sorry.
No, this is Skype.
Scythy.
So, I don't know much about this brewery. I just wanted something a little different than some of the other more mainstream pumpkin beers I was seeing in the store. But I will say I kind of like some of the information they give on their bottles and 6-pack holders. And primarily, like this has like the style, of course, which is ale brewed with spices, which isn't too crazy. But if you look on the 6-pack holder, it'll actually tell you which fermenting tank that they brewed the beer in, which I thought was kind of neat. So, So I know that this batch came from tank number 4.
That's cool, but I don't know what I would ever do with that information.
No,
I wonder if they were brewing, like trying different things, different spicing techniques in each different fermenter.
Maybe if I find one from for 5, maybe it'll be different, or I don't know. It was just I caught my eye and it was interesting. So standard, very clear looking beer.
That looks so clear.
Yeah, I think the light being right behind it doesn't do it any help, but heavy spices on the nose, and let's see how it tastes.
Is he gonna have a revelation like me?
No, it looks too light-bodied to be very tasty, but that's just my bias.
So it's good. It's like I feel like it's too heavily spiced for me. I get a lot of not cinnamon, maybe pumpkin spice or something like that.
Nutmeg.
Maybe a nutmeg. That might be right, because it does leave my mouth a little dry afterwards. So I don't know what that would. So maybe nutmeg. It's not bad though. The pumpkin flavor I wish was stronger. I tend to like my pumpkin beers with like more pumpkin and less spice versus just all spice.
That's fair.
So you like your pumpkin like you like your cowbells. More of it.
More of it, yes. Fever curing.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I was saying, I don't dislike pumpkin beers at all. The one at the beer fest was amazing. I don't know, they're not my go-to. So I guess I'm the odd man out on this one.
I thought for sure you would have gone and gotten that beer from the beer fest to bring on the pod.
Yeah, but that was like very far away, and
it was only 130 miles west.
Right. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was like, wouldn't it be something if I saw it here? But I didn't see it here. So, solid beer. Certainly not the best pumpkin ale I've ever had. Not the worst. I'm gonna give it a 3.25. I have a 6-pack of them, so here goes nothing. I'm going to be drinking a few of these over the next throughout, starting now and leading up to Thanksgiving, and then I have to throw them away.
Right. That everybody knows. Once you get to Black Friday, you have to get rid of all of your fall flavored things. And it's just peppermint and hot chocolate from there on out.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Chris, not only does your beer go great with zombie rituals, vampire hunting, and walks in a graveyard after midnight, and it's only available from September to October, but if you had to guess what the Untapped universe out of 9,553 ratings rated this, what would you think that they rated it?
That's a lot more ratings than I would have guessed. I'm going to say a 3.73.
Ooh.
It's pretty high.
You were close, but that is really high. 3.69.
Nice. Okay, not too bad.
People are a big fan of this beer.
They are? Yeah.
I mean, that's not a bad rating, apparently.
No, it's not.
I was in love with this Voodoo Ranger Atomic Pumpkin, and it was the lowest out of the 3.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
I want you guys to go find this, though, so you guys can back me up on Untapped and be like, yeah, he's not wrong. This is really good.
Yeah, maybe we got to introduce that as a segment like second tastings, where we try and seek out each other's beers, which I mentioned a couple times now, especially with the Jordan beers we've had.
Right.
That my thoughts on them. But you talk that beer up so much, Ted, that I will go out of my way and try and find it.
And for our listeners, if you want to hear us review the same beer, send an email. Let us know.
Right.
Because it'd be really interesting to see, do our listeners want to hear us review, maybe even at the same time, maybe separate times, but do they want to hear us review the same beer? So they can kind of gauge how we all kind of liked it.
That's a good idea. Yeah, we've done it once before, right?
Yeah,
twice.
Well, we did the 1050.
Yep.
And we've done it in person a few times.
Right.
I would like to maybe see if we all recorded our own independent descriptions of the flavor
and then splice them together.
Well, yeah, and then just see what we all thought of the different, what we picked out of it without hearing what the other person thought.
That'd be kind of cool. That would be cool.
I like it.
Yeah, we'll do that one day. So, but help us decide what beer it is. Send us emails.
Yeah. Now, Chris, I don't want to alarm you, but I did see a very spooky specter over your shoulder.
Ooh. Oh no.
Do you hear that?
What?
Do you know what that's the sound of?
No. What is that? It's coming from inside the house.
I was letting Ted do it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna.
Well, you were making the noise.
Oh, Chris, don't look down in your glass. It's face your beers.
Oh, oh man, yeah. So bringing back this old time segment,
fan favorite, some might say.
Yeah. We haven't done it, but we felt like, Spirit of Halloween, it might be worth picking it back up. Friend of the podcast, new listener, Christian, he hooked me up with a Jack Daniel's Down Home Punch flavored beer, which is interesting. Yeah. It's got like a nice pink hue to it. So. Oh,
that's cool. It has like a Jack Daniel's. It's a 12-ounce bottle, but it has a Jack Daniel's label, like it's a bottle of Jack.
Yeah. It's I'd never seen these before. It almost looks kind of like a wine cooler or something like that. In
the words of Kesha, you could brush your teeth with that stuff right there.
No, I think that's straight Jack. I think you need the higher alcohol to kill any bacteria.
Right. Yeah. And we know Chris is coming back, so.
Right. So this is 4.8% alcohol, and I don't know. I'm skeptical. I'm sure it's fine, but I've never had it before. I've never heard of it before, so I thought it would be a decent Face Your Beer segment to see what it's like. Oh God.
I mean, Ober, in reality, we don't know if Chris is going to come back after this.
That's true. Yeah. I was going to say, this looks like a drink that you would drink if you were really big into Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson,
or Kesha.
Yeah, I was thinking, what's like a country girl stereotype?
Oh, like, Carrie Underwood?
No, like, what are things that country girls are into?
Oh, corn?
Plaid.
Yeah, this would be a beer you would like if you like corn.
Yeah, it is a perfect corn beer.
Chris,
right here,
I don't know if you like Plaid, but if you like Plaid, you might like this drink.
But I guess we'll get into it. We'll see how it is. It's 4.8, and this is actually only a 10 ounce bottle. What the hell? It's getting scarier by the moment. So, I mean, I'll tell you right now, it smells super, super sweet. But all right, here we go.
Oh, ooh.
I mean,
he might be coming back.
He's gonna work his way out of that cornfield.
I mean, it's not bad. It's not the best thing I've ever had in my life. It's very, very like almost like syrupy, you know, like this syrup sweetness of it.
Is it like a Smirnoff?
Honestly, I don't know if I've ever had a Smirnoff, but
I guess we know what our next Face Your Beer segment is. Watch as we ice Chris.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had a Smirnoff, but it's just, I don't know, it's fine. It's not bad. I wouldn't drink more than this one, but I could definitely see if you like corn and Plaid. You might like this.
Listening to Kelly Clarkson.
Or what's another popular? Taylor Swift. Oh, she's country.
She was country. Well,
Kelly Clarkson isn't country.
Who am I thinking of?
Probably Taylor Swift or
Carrie Underwood.
Carrie Underwood. That's who I was thinking of. Yeah. What was the one who dug their keys into the leather seats?
Carrie Underwood.
Okay. Yep, that's the one.
And much like Carrie Underwood, Chris is also a fan of Tony Romo.
Is she married to Tony Romo?
No, she dated him for a really long time, though.
Oh, yeah, she did. I remember that now. Yeah, so, I mean, it's not bad. Yeah, I'm going to give it I'll give it like a 2.5, just like a standard, beer. Okay.
Do you consider that a beer?
I don't. The only reason I say it's a beer is because it says flavored beer. So, but then on top it says country cocktails. So I don't know what to think.
I would say it sounds like it's a malt beverage to me.
Well, okay, so here we go. Country cocktails, premium malt beverage, flavored beer. I don't know. No one knows what this is.
So I would say if you have to call yourself a beer, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Well, I think that is fermented and not distilled.
Okay.
So I think that's what makes it a malt beverage.
Okay. All right.
But I think the difference between a malt beverage and a beer is a malt beverage doesn't have any hops in it. Don't quote me on that, listeners. This is just my theory. This is the problem. This is the problem when you have a podcast and you have this like good dialogue going, and we've all fallen into this trap where you're like, oh yeah, this beer probably has Galaxy hops. You just like keep the conversation going, and you don't have time to fact check these things.
Yeah.
Unless your name is Blevin, and then he's a dick.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah, Blevin's our unofficial official enemy of the pod / fact checker.
Always looking for reasons to blow us up. So,
right.
Yeah. But yeah, it was good. I mean, not the most eventful Face Your Beers ever, but
yeah. But hey, if you know that you've seen a malt beverage and a beer, let us know in a 5-star review on iTunes, and we'll read it on the show.
We'll read it on the show.
Yeah.
When you subscribe to us on Patreon, leave it in like the notes or something.
The comments there. Yeah.
You know what? I'd be curious. I'd be curious what it would taste like if I mix these two things together.
Your pumpkin beer and your...
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know. Feeling a little frisky, I guess. But
I mean, go get a second glass.
Time for the ultimate Face Your Beers.
Now we're entering into like real Face Your Beer territory.
Oh yeah. This is like the suicide drink of Face Your Beers.
Can't wait. We thought that Bud Light and Clamato was going to be bad.
I think this won't be nearly as bad as Bud Light Clamato.
All right, so I'm back, and I've mixed both of these things together, and I think this might be a more formidable Face Your Beer segment. So let me try this real quick.
Can we take a look on the camera, see what color it looks like?
I mean, it
Why is it green?
Was it bubbling like so violently?
That's.
Where did you get that cauldron from, Chris?
How many eyes of newt would you say are in there?
I don't know, at least 14. But so let's see if this is any worse. Oh yeah, that's bad. Yeah, that's worse. Yeah, that doesn't mix well. I mean, it's not the most disgusting thing I ever drank in my life, but yeah, that's not good.
But so here's the question: did you think it was going to mix well?
You know, for some reason, when I was drinking I was just thinking of corn. When I was drinking the Jack Daniels, I was like, you know what? I wonder if this is going to mix well with my beer.
As most Southerners do, he was thinking about corn.
Right, thinking about corn and Plaid.
Yeah.
Carrie Underwood.
The three things that you think about.
No, but it is, yeah, definitely not good. I mean, I don't know.
It wasn't like you mixed a sip in a taster glass.
No, I mixed like
half
half
of
and
each
half.
beer.
Into like a yeah, don't do that. Listeners, don't do that.
Is there some type of, like, you went half and half. Say you went like 3/4, 1/4. Would you think it might taste better?
Maybe, but I'm not wasting any more glassware. So there you go. That's a mini experiment with my cauldron on Face Your Beers. We'll have to, if you have a bad beer experience, let us know. We're still holding on to the Schafferhofer grapefruit for Tud. That's
episode 100, baby.
That's right. It's coming, man. I know it's 39 weeks away, but still, boo.
I'm not buying a 6-pack of it. It's not happening.
I can buy singles down here.
So somebody better ship me one, because unless I get one, I'm not doing it.
We'll have wife of the pod hook us up. Caitlin's gonna sabotage you.
Yeah, I like this plan.
Which wife of the pod?
Nah, well, I mean, not mine, but anyway. There you go. Beers faced. If you have any other beers you want us to face, send it to us in an email.
Or mail it to us.
Yeah, here's an idea. Why not just like rip the label off and just send us a glass bottle, a brown bottle with no markings on it, and it'll be
There's
mystery
an unmarked
beers.
bottle. Here, drink this.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's dangerous.
You know what I did find in my fridge the other day? This is teasing for a future Face Your Beer segment. The first ever beer that I homebrewed.
Wow.
Oh God.
With
what is that, like 8 years old?
Yeah, with Nick Adams. I found it in my fridge. We numbered all the bottles based on when they were bottled. He got bottle number 1 because he bought the kit. I have bottle number 2.
Nice. Awesome.
Is that the one that you still have left?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yikes.
I can't imagine what that tastes like.
Right.
It was a red ale, so it may taste a little bit better than if it was an IPA, but it's still gonna, I imagine.
We'll see if it pours out in chunks.
I may get sick, like, drinking it, so.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
It probably tastes like vinegar.
We'll save that one for 99? No.
Welcome to 99 and 100, where we try to murder Tud.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what your guys' thoughts are, but it seems like almost every holiday has a movie that's associated with it to people in their minds. So I want to ask you guys, what are your favorite Halloween-themed movies? Or, I mean, obviously with Halloween, I guess scary movies kind of count too. So, my question to both of you guys is, what's your favorite Halloween movie? And, separately, what is your favorite scary movie? To get us all on the theme for this special holiday.
Okay. Can I jump right in?
Of course.
Well, before you had separated those out, I was going to answer them kind of the same and say,
so I did this.
Saw 2, I thought was an excellent movie. I won't, if you haven't seen the Saw series, it goes downhill pretty severely after the first few. But
do you think the second one was better than the first one?
I did.
Huh.
I think that the Saw is known for their like crazy twists at the end of the movie, like the last thing you expect, the last scene. I thought the twist on Saw 2 somehow, man, you knew it was coming because the twist on Saw 1 was so good. Saw 2 somehow managed to even go above and beyond.
See, I would think I'd have to disagree with you. I still think the best Saw is the first one.
I mean, it is good. It's iconic. Absolutely.
Chris, you don't seem like you have an opinion here. Have you seen the Saws?
I haven't seen them all. I've seen the first 3, I think. I don't think I saw 4. I may have. I don't remember. But for someone who doesn't watch a lot of movies, no, I really actually did enjoy Saws 1 and 2. I don't remember much of 3, but yeah, no, they're very good. I think I preferred Saw 1 better, but I enjoyed Saw 2, and I'm generally not a scary movie person either. So,
Ober, is the second one the pit with the needles?
That's the third one, I believe.
It's the third one. Okay.
You know what? I'm going to fact check myself right here, right now. But
that's still one of like the scariest scenes I've ever seen.
Yeah, if you're not a needle person,
maybe not scary, but like,
well, I mean, who is a needle person? But
queasy, like.
Oh, I thought that was the second one.
Yeah, it's when like one of the people like hopped in the pit, right, full of needles.
Oh no! Yeah, you're right. It is. It is the second one.
The big guy threw the little guy in there, didn't he? Yeah.
Welcome to this version of us. Welcome to us recapping movies we haven't seen since 2005 with friends. The podcast where we try and remember details from a movie that we saw many years ago.
All I knew is that there was a needle scene and I wasn't a fan.
Yeah, that was the second one. But to kind of get back to your original question, my favorite non-scary Halloween movie would probably be Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is admittedly a weird movie. But I like weird movies. I like weird stuff.
I have never seen that movie.
Me neither.
Yeah. It's a big thing is to go to midnight showings of it, especially this time of year. A lot of movie theaters will do that. People get all dressed up in costumes, and there's like scenes where you throw like rice or toast and all this stuff. It's like a big audience participation thing, which is pretty unusual for a movie. And I've always wanted to go do that, but I've never gone and done it. But you like Meatloaf, Chris. Meatloaf is in the movie, featured prominently. Yeah, I'd say it's worth going out of your way to check out. It's my another second mini handle of the episode.
My sister loves the movie. If she listens, which I don't think she does, sister. So if she knows that I have never seen it, she'll probably disown me as a brother, which is not very far off anyway. So, yeah. I mean, I don't really like scary movies, as I like alluded to. I like more of like the suspenseful kind of things versus like jump scares and he's in the house and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. So I mean, I immediately thought of Saw when you said scary movies, but that's just I haven't seen a lot of them. I mean, weird, creepy movies. Silence of the Lambs is pretty creepy, and I love that movie. But it's again not a scary movie. It's just suspenseful.
I said your favorite Halloween themed movie and your favorite scary movie. So
yeah.
If it's scary to you, then that qualifies.
Well, if it's scary, that means like last year's Super Bowl, But I didn't enjoy it. Just saying.
Chris, in that case, Finding Nemo. I'm never sure they're ever gonna find him.
I'm not. Dory's so forgetful. But I think I mentioned it. I don't know, a few weeks ago or a few months ago now, but my favorite like Halloween movie that I watch just about once every year is Hocus Pocus. That's a good one.
We did talk about that, and I still have not seen it.
Yeah, I mean, just put on what is it, Freeform or whatever, the new Fox Family or ABC Family or whatever it is now, Freeform, I think. They play it like, I don't know, 200 times.
Religiously? Like, if I turned it on right now, it would be on.
I honestly, there's a high chance that it's on right now. That one is, it's a child movie, but it's pretty funny. It's pretty fun. And like, I don't know. I watch it like once every Halloween season. So haven't watched it yet. So probably wait till October 31st to put it in. But yeah, what about you, Ted? What do you like?
Well, wait, what do we settle on for your scary movie?
I said Saw or Silence of the Lambs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, for my favorite Halloween-themed movie, I feel like you have to go with the classic, A Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's a Christmas movie.
I consider it a Halloween movie.
Well, it's a dream movie.
You did say whatever you think it is, so, Tud, you were right that for you, that's your Halloween movie.
I mean, Jack is the Pumpkin King.
Yeah. But I was pushed back. I always think, in my mind, that's a Christmas movie. Christmas is right in the title. But I think it's whatever the personal listener thinks it is for them.
hang on. The beauty of this podcast is that there's three of us. Chris, he's going to say that he's never seen this movie.
Do you want me to say it now?
Have you never seen Nightmare Before Christmas?
I've never seen The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Huh.
So 2 out of the... Yeah. Nope. I've never seen that movie.
Did you understand it to be a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie?
I don't know. But, well, there's a song that says, "This is Halloween" in it. So...
Correct.
There's that. So I'm going to say whatever. It doesn't matter.
You know what? I'll switch mine then to over. Good call. How about the original Beetlejuice?
Oh, that's a classic. Oh, they remade it?
That is a good one. I've seen that one.
Well, I don't know if they've remade it. I'm just going back to old. You know.
Yeah, Beetlejuice is a good one.
Was it Alec Baldwin's in it? Who is it? Michael Keaton who plays?
Yeah, Michael Keaton's Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's another good one. If I can't have Nightmare Before Christmas, I will go with Beetlejuice. As far as scary movies go, I have watched pretty much every scary movie under the sun. In college, we made a goal of ours to rent all of the horror movies from Blockbuster in 1 year, and we did it. So
nice.
So we watched them all. The only movie that I've ever had to stop in the middle of, because I was literally like, I can't continue on without taking a break for a second, was The Conjuring. Okay,
I've never heard of this movie, but are you saying in your mind the scarier a movie is, the better it is?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I watch scary movies to be scared. If I'm not
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm not scared of the movie, it doesn't mean that it's not a good movie. So I'm thinking about this. I just lied. I've watched 2 scary movies in my life that I couldn't watch all the way through without stopping. The Conjuring and the remake of The Hills Have Eyes from when we were in college.
Yeah, that one I never saw, but I remember when it came out, everybody was really freaked out.
Yeah, those 2, I'd put those up at the top of my list as probably the best horror movies you can watch. Chris, you might need like a blanket and like a pillow and like a fort and maybe a pet dragon to keep you safe.
Yeah, no, I don't like them.
The Hills Have Eyes. If you can get through the first like 30 minutes, you're good. The Conjuring, that thing gets scarier and scarier as that movie goes along.
Mm.
So if anybody who wants to really be scared, watch both of those back to back and tell me if you made it through.
Watch the first 30 minutes of The Hills Have Eyes, then immediately switch to The Conjuring.
All right, well, I thought that was a pretty good discussion on everybody's favorite Halloween movies, and I guess we should just segue that right into our Frosty Mug of Wisdom.
Should our handles just be what our costumes are going to be this year?
Yeah, that could be your handle if you want. I mean, that's not really life advice wisdom, but it could be a thing you want to share. So if you want to tell people, assuming they listen to this when it comes out, and by that I mean midnight, they have a full, 18 hours to get their costume together.
Well, I feel like we need to have a theme. Because this is a themed episode.
It is a themed episode.
So we need to have a theme handle.
What if it's just like Halloween handles? It doesn't have to, like, anything relating to Halloween. How about that?
Yeah, that sounds good.
They can put it in the bank, save it till next Halloween. It's fine.
True.
Or if they're true fans, they can throw some Patreon money and then they can go out and do whatever we say.
Yeah, I like this plan. Okay, so who wants to fill up this pumpkin bucket of wisdom first?
You know what? I'll go first.
The 3-handled pumpkin bucket of wisdom.
My Halloween handle this year is I love when the little kids come to the house to do trick-or-treating to have like a speaker playing like scary music when you open the door. Because I feel like generally
really sets the mood. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not generally dressed scary, but I know like as a little kid, like I always was like, oh, what's this next house going to be like? So I want to give like that atmosphere, like when they knock on my door, that it's like a little creepy in there, just to give them that little Halloween feel. So I usually put my Bose portable speaker by the door, and I won't play music until like they knock on the door, and then I'll start playing, something like Thriller, or maybe just some ghouls and goblins like laughing, just to give them a little bit of a go for their money, just to help the kids experience the holiday as I like to experience it when I was younger.
That's pretty good. Can I jump right on top of that handle?
Of course.
So
don't crush the pumpkin.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm going to put in some of the full king size candy bars of wisdom here.
Oh damn! This is good stuff.
when you're doing that, I highly recommend the Spotify's like spooky sounds soundtrack. That's what you could just keep that going, low volume, keep those lights turned down to dim. And that's my contribution to Tud's handle.
Ooh,
I'll say
I like that.
The Spotify spooky sounds playlist.
Having a nice little like strobe light or flashing light to go along with that too out on the porch is money.
Yeah.
So Obert, thanks for adding to my handle. But what about your own handle?
Okay, yeah, I can keep shoveling more candy into this pumpkin plastic jar here, pumpkin bucket. This one actually harkens back to my childhood, and it's a fun game to play at your Halloween parties. This is fun for both children and drunk adults alike.
Fun for all.
Fun for all. And growing up, we would do the instead of bobbing for apples, we would do donut on a string. So you take a broom handle, you string it across something, and then you have a string hanging from it. So you have a donut tied off on a string, and you got to keep your hands behind your back and try and eat the donut. Powdered works best because then you get the powder all over you. But it's a little more sanitary than bobbing for apples, which I don't think I've ever seen anyone actually try and do. But
what about bobbing for nips?
Bobbing for nips. How do you get the cap off?
You just gotta come out with the bottle out of your mouth.
And then you just use your hands?
Yeah. It's not like when you bobbed for apples, you had to eat the whole apple underwater.
Yeah, but I think it's very easy to get a nip in your mouth compared to an apple. I think the whole shape of the apple is what makes it hard.
All right. How about bobbing for beers?
Again, I think that would be too easy. Hang on. This is my handle. I'm saying donut on a string.
Hey,
it's a fun game.
You added to my handle. I'm just trying to add
true.
bobbing for beers to your handle.
Well, my handle is donut on a string. It's a fun game.
It is a fun game.
Everyone can do it.
Yes.
Tud's edition is bobbing for beer, which will get you drunk, and it might be a little easier, but would still be fun.
How is it? Have you ever tried to put a Bud Light can in your mouth?
I guess I was thinking of a bottle, which would be really easy to get that out of the water.
What about cans?
But a can would probably be harder. Sure. I'll give you that.
Harder and probably less fun than eating a donut off a string. I remember that game very fondly from our middle school. What is it? What do we Trick or Treat Street? I think they used to have that set up.
My dad used to run it every year. Shout out to my dad, listener of the pod.
Yeah,
I remember that. So yeah, that is a lot of fun, especially if you're in third grade, right?
What about like nips on a string?
Kids and drunk adults alike.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going nips on a string. You got to figure out how to open it and drink it without your hands.
Okay.
Maybe if you have like a straw in there. So you got to get the straw in your mouth. I don't know, without spilling it.
Yeah. We're workshopping it.
Yeah.
The drinking alone with friends equivalent of donut on a string.
Oh, don't. This is all Tud. I am not affiliated with this in any way.
Listen, I feel like the listeners enjoy my twists on these games for adults.
I think so too.
I mean, if you want to eat a donut off a string, drunk listeners, by all means, please do.
I mean, drunk me would probably want to eat a donut off a string. I'm not going to lie.
Sober you bought a bag of donuts the other day when I was in town.
That's true. That is true. I love donuts. They're my favorite. They're one of my favorite foods. But
it's part of the food group: pizza, donuts, steak, beer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Beer makes up the bottom of the pyramid. Gets grains.
Yeah, donuts is the very top. You're not supposed to eat as much. But...
Right. You're supposed to have a whole loaf of beer every day.
All right. Well, I guess it's my turn to finally fill up this.
Yeah, it's getting cold out here. We want to go home. We're almost done trick or treating.
It's time to go eat some donuts off strings.
That's right. So to fill up the plastic pumpkin of knowledge, of wisdom, I want to put over one of my favorite things about Halloween, and I have two of them now, are black cats. And we recently, for those of you that follow the Instagram, we adopted a black kitten, His name is Waka. And for those of you that may have followed the Instagram for a long time, you may have seen my other black cat, Oren, who I've had for, 6 years now or so. And, black cats are pretty awesome. The two that I have are amazing. And October is Black Cat Awareness Month. So, since you're listening to this at midnight on the 31st, go out and get you a black cat. Some things that you might not realize about black cats is they are often the last ones adopted amongst a litter.
Really?
And yeah. And some of it's because they don't photograph well, and some of it's because,
very superstitious.
Yeah, exactly. Superstitions about them.
Writing on the wall.
Yes. I don't know if they think they're going to be like mean or something, but I can promise you my two black cats, even though I've only had one for a few weeks now, are like super sweet, super lovey, like very, very friendly. And so go out and get yourself a black cat. If you don't have a cat, get a cat. If you have cats, get more cats.
I will say Oren is very friendly, except for when he stole my chicken bone.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying he doesn't like to eat chicken. I mean, who doesn't like to eat chicken? So yeah, there's my Halloween themed handle is go get yourself a black cat.
And one advantage of that too is you're like already halfway to a costume.
Right?
Like all you need is that and your broom. And then you're basically done.
Exactly. There you go.
Find yourself a pointy hat and you're all set.
Yeah. Bada boom, bada bing, boom.
So thank you guys for listening. We'd like to thank the breweries today who provided the beers that we drank on the podcast. I'm going to go first with New Belgium for their Voodoo Ranger series Atomic Pumpkin Ale.
I'd like to thank Big Boss Brewing for Harvest Time.
And I want to thank Elysium for their Night Owl Pumpkin Ale.
Make sure you guys are going on to all social media and following us at the AWF Podcast, and hashtag follow the email at dawfpodcast@gmail.com. Make sure you guys are sending over your comments, concerns, questions, all that stuff over to that email, as well as fantasy football questions. I want to make this a thing, so make this happen. Also, we want to hear from you guys. What is your favorite Halloween movie? What's your favorite scary movie? And also, is The Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie? Or is it both?
Yeah, I think that's one that I'm going to lose, but, stir that pot.
Well, listen, we got to get to the bottom of it. There's only one way.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys are going to our Patreon and subscribing, whether it's $1 or, $20 trillion a month. Make sure you're just going on there and just kicking some our way. There's definitely
$20 trillion a month.
That's the tier that, just kind of like following the footsteps of Obert from last week. I'm going to make my level to drink a Bud Light Clamato at $20 trillion a month.
The US GDP per month.
Correct. Correct. I want that to happen. No, but seriously, go over there. We have a whole bunch of episodes. Make sure you guys listen into that. It's good stuff. It's a little bit less structured than what we do now. Also, make sure you're using our Amazon affiliate link down in the comment section for any of our handles. This week, unfortunately, I don't think there is any handles that you can buy directly from there. So we're just going to throw up the normal Amazon affiliate link. Make sure you guys are going back 2 episodes and listening to Obert's instructions on how to add that to your home screen of your phone and deleting your other Amazon app. Because let's be honest, you try to support your favorite podcast anyways.
Get that app out of there. What is it? What do you need it for?
Yeah.
This works just as fine.
Garbage app.
App, more like crap.
Ooh, you got him.
Do you guys have anything else to add before we fade off into the spooky wonderland that is Halloween?
No, I have trick and or treating to do.
Yeah, me too. I hope I get some toothbrushes.
Box of raisins.
And so with that, my name is Todd.
My name is Chris.
And I'm Obert. And remember, if you're drinking alone, do it with friends. Chris is not laughing.
What's so funny? I don't get it.
That was good. Yeah. Corn.
That was good. Corn.